don't make sense. It's not adding up. Like 1 + 1 is 2, but this is not mathing for me. Like, somebody need to help me make it make sense, because it's not making sense for me at all. Like, what is going on? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I am Ken, or Kendra, whichever you prefer to call me is perfectly fine with me. If you're new here, girl, hit the subscribe button and join the family. I would love to have you become one of my KenFolk. And if you're returning, hey girl, hey, welcome back. Nothing but good stuff and positivity goes on over here on this channel. You don't want to miss anything that I drop here on this channel. We are all about becoming our higher self and aiming towards to live that life that we desire to live, that we know we were meant to live, and just living out our purpose. So yeah, let me tell you something. We have the power to change every single thing in our lives, and I can testify to that. I'm currently living that right now. I am currently living a life where even the smallest things that I change in my everyday life, I see a difference from. And I'm learning that being uncomfortable is the key. I know that don't sound pretty, and it's not something that you want to do. We all just naturally as human beings run from uncomfortability. Like, if anything make us feel the slightest bit uncomfortable, we just assume that it's not for us. We put up our guard, and girl, we out of here. We going back to what feels comfortable, and we just sit. But that's the problem. That is the problem. During my time was just, you know, just reflecting on life and just talking to God. Today, he really made it clear to me that this is the year for me and a lot of you guys to live in uncomfortability. You being comfortable is what's causing you to stay stagnant, or what's causing you to stay living in the life, living the life that you are currently living. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, nowhere near where I know I'm going, but I'm not the same person. I feel the difference. I see the difference. My perspective about a lot of things in life have changed. A lot of stuff that I was raised up and believing, and just a way of living based off of my raising and upbringing, I no longer believe in. I no longer perceive life or things, situations that way. I have learned to allow God to completely transform me from the inside out. But before we get into the transformation and the mental transformation, all of that, let's get back to the uncomfortableness. Living your life being uncomfortable. This year, I made a vow to myself just now, today, in the bathroom, brushing my teeth, that I was going to live my life this year uncomfortable, because I've noticed that everything that I'm supposed to be doing, or everything that I need to be doing, I need to do, or everything that just could really set me up for greater and could really push me towards my destiny and me living in my purpose, makes me feel uncomfortable. And I literally fall in the hands of uncomfortability every single time. And I noticed that me living my life the same way over and over again in the same cycle, that's what my comfortability is at. And as long as you fall in the hands of being comfortable, you will continue to repeat the same cycle of living the life that you currently living. If you want something different, if you want something better out of life, you have to do different things. So the cycle of life that you have created for yourself up until now, that's what's creating your physical. That's what's creating your reality. So if you want to change your reality so that you can see different things and live a certain way, you have to change what you do. And a lot of times it's not going to feel comfortable. I just want to get that out the way before I get into the question of what do you have to offer, because I think that is so important in growth and figuring out what you were put here on this earth to do, is to make sure you have a very made up mind and you are very intentional about not allowing yourself to keep falling in the hands of comfortability and being uncomfortable. Y'all, this was not a part of the video. This is just something that I don't know, I'm just allowing myself to talk, allowing God to just use me, and I'm not blocking anything, because somebody needs to hear that, because I know I needed to hear it this morning when I heard it, when God was speaking to me, just being uncomfortable. I even argue with like myself and sometimes my husband sometimes, and even like some people around me that may know me, about me just being who I am. This is just me and living my truth. And girl, throw those sayings in the garbage. Skip your truth. Send it straight to hell, because that's your comfortability. We're not living our truth. We live in God's truth. And anything that's in alignment with God shakes up the earth. Like, it shakes up the earth. It's meant to shake up the earth, shake up mindsets, shake up hearts, so people can change and go a different way. And anything that's meant to be a change, majority of the time, it don't feel comfortable. Or it just don't fit into your lifestyle. Girl, skip all of that. Learn to live in uncomfortability. So, what I really came on here to talk about is about what do you have to offer. A lot of people talk about their life not being where they want what they want it to be, if I can talk, or what they desire it to be, and them just being sick and tired, because I'm one of those people. I'm still in the journey of becoming who I am, and I can guarantee you this year I'm putting money on myself. I'm betting it all on myself that I am going to be a complete different person. My circumstances, my situation is going to be completely different by the time this year ends, because I have made up in my mind to live in the state of being uncomfortable. And then also I realized that what is supposed to change my life is already in me. It's like I was waiting for something like magical to happen. Girl, God is not a genie. You don't just rub the magic lamp and make a wish and stuff just changes. It don't work that way. It just do not work that way. But everything that you need to change your life is already in you. So you want to know how you can change your life, or why your life not changing? It's because you haven't made up in your mind that you're tired enough and sat down with yourself and allowed yourself to really reflect on everything that you've been through in life. And if you just connect the pieces and connect the dots and put the puzzle together, it will make sense. It will all flow. It will all make sense from everything you've been through that made you hurt, cry, sad, just made you feel, made you lack confidence. Anything that has ever happened to you from childhood up to now all makes sense with each other. It's just a big puzzle piece, and if you reflect on it, you will really be able to figure out what's your purpose. You'll be able to figure out what you're meant to do. It just will be this deep, passion-filled feeling inside of you that's drawing you somewhere. So for instance, I'm gonna go into a little story time of me being a hairstylist. At least that's what I thought I wanted to be for the rest of my life. That's what I thought my purpose was. But the reason why God has given me such a creative mind and a creative set of hands is because I am a confidence booster. I am the one to speak life into the next woman, the one to help uplift the next woman, the one to help the next woman know how amazing she is and how much she holds. Everything that I have ever been through in my life since childhood, from me being molested, from me feeling left out, from me feeling so different, from me feeling like a weirdo, from me feeling like I just was living in this bubble, all of those things that I have experienced, and even as adulthood, me being married, the way my marriage started and how it's going now, and me as a mom, everything that I have experienced all makes sense, and it all was attacking my confidence. It was all attacking who I am as a woman, who I am as a person. It was stripping away my voice. It was taking away the self-confidence, the self-love that I so desperately needed. Why was those things done to me, and why was those things happening in my life? Is because, for one, the enemy really wanted to strip away what he knew God put in me to be used to help save other people. And so that's what he targeted. But the reason why God allowed it is because he knew the more things happen to me to attack that area of my life, or to attack that thing inside of me, eventually I will get fed up and it will pull out of me what he already put in me. And so now here I am in today's time. Today, December the what today is? December, child, January 11, 2023. And I now am at the point at 30 years of age, able to say that I completely understand why I had to go through, why God allowed me to go through everything I've been through, because it was something so great inside of me that he needed me to see myself. Like, I hold something that nobody else holds. I relay a message that nobody else can relay in the way that I relay it. Yes, the message can be titled the same way. Yes, we can be saying the same thing, but my delivery is not your delivery. Your delivery is not the next person's delivery. You can reach some people that I can't, and I can reach some people that the next person can't. And so now I'm able to see that. I had to really sit down after being knocked upside my head and being hurt, misused, abused, and just being so uncomfortable, and running from being uncomfortable, trying to get back into my shell of being comfortable. It kept me in the same cycle. I literally was I'm feeling forced now. Like, this journey didn't just start for me. This journey, if you've been following me, you know that I started this journey of recreating, allowing God to recreate me, turn me into a whole new person, renew my mind. Like, when I moved to Chicago, last year, the beginning of last year, no, year before last, I allowed God to really change everything. Every single thing. And I sat with him. It's like he was forcing me to sit with myself. But it couldn't have happened if I wasn't determined and have intentionality behind my decision of me wanting to change, and me wanting different, and me not wanting the same old, me not settling with the same old of what I see from family members and friends and everybody around me. So I had to be intentional with the decision of me wanting to change. He's not just going to change you because you say you want to be changed. You have to put one foot in front of the other and show him you want to be changed, and open yourself up to be changed. And so that's what I did. But once I did that, it's like he like set me down and forced me to dig deep within myself and pay attention to every little thing that has ever happened to me over time, and every situation that I have ever been in over time, even things that I have caused upon myself. Everything made sense. Everything makes sense. Everything makes so much sense. Y'all don't understand how mute mouth I was. I only talked when I felt comfortable around people. I was the yes man. I just went with the flow of what other people, however everybody wanted me to go. And I never pretty much did exactly what Kendra wanted to do out of being afraid. And you know what that stemmed from? Lack of self-confidence. Feeling insecure within myself. And God knew the more he allowed the enemy to keep striking at me in that way, the greatness he put inside me would stand up so boldly to where no enemy in hell can stop what God has already put in me. So you ask yourself, what do you have to offer? Sit down. Step number one. This is step number one. Live uncomfortably. Learn to live in being uncomfortable. And not always run into comfortability, because that's why you're living in the same cycles of life that you've been living in all of your life. Step number two, sit down with yourself and allow God, just give it over to God. Allow God to really renew your mind, because once your mind is renewed, your perspective on life and everything around you, every situation will become so differently than what you was used to, than what was your norm, than how you was raised. And once you start thinking and living the God way and allowing God to give you the perspective and not living your truth, but living God's truth, then he will allow you to be able to put the pieces together. Because a lot of times before I was switched over to the winning team completely and decided to just live my life the way that God have already called me to live, I used to think about what I went through and I was like, it don't make sense. It's not adding up. Like 1 + 1 is 2, but this is not mathing for me. Like somebody need to help me make it make sense, because it's not making sense for me at all. Like, what is going on? And so once I set myself down and allow God to transform my mind, and he set me down and allowed me to rethink about all the things I've been through and all situations I've been in, girl, it started making sense. You can't do it without God. So step 1, being uncomfortable. Step 2, allow God to renew your mind so you can have a different perspective on life. And step 3, do it. Do it. You definitely have something to offer to this earth that will give you back the life that you want to live. Give you back the things that you desire to have. Everything that you desire is already here on this earth. God already put it here. He already put it here. He would never tell us to subdue the land if it wasn't anything in this earth to subdue. It's already here. He would never have told us to be fruitful and multiply if it wasn't nothing to multiply with. He put the fruit inside of you. Literally, it's already in you. You have the fruit inside of you that produces seeds that you need to be throwing out and sowing so that you can multiply it. And your life will change. I don't care what career path you want to be in or do what you want to do. It can be nursing. It can be being a coach, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, an NFL player. I don't care what it is, child. I don't care. It could be anything. But how you know that it's your God-given purpose is because it just aligns with everything it aligns with everything you've been through up until now. And that stuff that you've been through have created a deep passion for something. And so we ask ourselves the question of, how can we change our lives, and how can we stop living the way we're living? Let that be the last time you ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, what do I have to offer? Because it's something that's so special inside of you. We all have something so unique inside of us that we have to offer this world, the people around us, that nobody else can do quite like you can. Yes, there's plenty of nurses, but it's not one nurse that's just like the next nurse. They all different in their own way. I promise you, you definitely have something to offer this earth, the people that's around you. And the universe has no other choice but to pour back into you because of the seeds that you pour into the world, because of that deep, unique thing that's deep really inside of you, that's so special that you have to offer. So yeah, that's the end of this video, y'all. It was way longer than I expected because I did not expect it to start off the way I started it off. But I guess it was meant to be said, because if it wasn't, it wouldn't have been in me to come out. Hopefully you guys take what I'm saying seriously, and you guys start your journey on becoming a new you. Yes, it's the new year, which is a perfect time to start your new journey. But you can start whenever. You could have started back in December. You could have started back in whenever. Every day is a new day, and give new opportunities, new grace and mercies to start all over again. And remember, God is the reason for it all. God is the reason for all, meaning that nothing can happen without him. So yeah, hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Hopefully these tips or this video or something I said help push you into greatness, help push you into transformation, push you into wanting to become your better and your higher self. And yes, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video.